Speaker, Seamie Morrison, local councillor, who supported us all the way through in our fight to abolish Irish water. So, the Seamie, big hand, please.
We haven't got away, you know. Look, it is fantastic to see such a big crowd here of people that just will not go away. That's very, very important. People that have stood up to everything up to now and will stand up until Irish water is put to bed. Today, 34 years ago, volunteer Thomas McAvee died on hunger strike, aged 23 years of age. Think about that, 23 years of age. Thomas and his 9 other young Republican heroes died rather than let the British and Irish establishment criminalise their cause. They were men of principle and died for their cause. Out of that struggle grew a renewed campaign to take the establishment, and that led to take on the establishment, and that led to an amazing political struggle which saw young Republicans politicising themselves, which in turn destroyed the pro-establishment party, the SDLP. By the way, the SDLP were backed by Fianna Fáil, Labour and Fine Gael, and they still got wiped out by the people. That struggle 34 years ago has direct links to the Right to Water campaign. This Right to Water campaign is being led by left-wing groups, left-wing parties and politicians, joined by unions, the Communication Workers Union, which I'm proud to be a part of, Mandate, Unite, Opacity and the CPSU. Unfortunately, the union that have an office there to your left are still sitting on the fence.
Jack O'Connor, shame on you!
Jack O'Connor is some piece of work. A few weeks ago at the Irish Congress and Trade Unions meeting, there was a motion that would take on Irish water. Jack O'Connor and SIP2 tried to water down that motion, but thankfully the members of the ITW, the unions that are standing up for the people, defeated that motion. That was a huge success, and congratulations to them. Then, 34 years ago, like the state, backed by the establishment, tried to criminalise Republicans the same as they're trying to criminalise Irish water protesters now. Unfortunately, we're seeing heavy-handed Garda reaction to peaceful protesters. By the way, these Gardaí, on their own, as people, will and have stood by water protesters and believe that what water protesters are doing is right. But unfortunately, their bosses force them to go and take on water protesters daily. I want to thank the water protesters, people that are stopping meters going in everywhere from Cork to Clonmel to Dublin, wherever water meter people have been stopped. Well done to them, and continue that fight. Let's see what the state are defending. This government promised change, yet instead of using their huge mandate that they got from the people on false promises, they have chosen to protect the elite. At the back of Dáil Éireann, there is a giant lobbying machine in the shape of a huge merry-go-round. This merry-go-round only allows corrupt bankers, property speculators, ex-politicians on huge pensions, retired county managers, consultants fattened by contracts got from those same retired county managers, and of course the political advisors. The merry-go-round is operated by senior civil servants. These are the real people that have been taken on, the permanent government. They decide who gets on the merry-go-round. They decide who gets on the merry-go-round, but unfortunately this merry-go-round is paid for by you and I. We have to smash that permanent government, which are the elite serving civil servants. We have to smash that merry-go-round piece by piece, and the only way we can do that is get involved and politicise ourselves. That is very important. I'm disappointed that Seamus Healy isn't here today, because in fairness to him he's been a great supporter, but I would ask people to look at left-wing, real left-wing politicians in the next election coming up. We have to unite as people. The left have to unite. And I actually have the honour of being a politician that gets to kick Alan Kelly around Tipperary. Now, we'll finish with a few facts about this super quango, Irish Water. Last year, the government extracted 470 million from people in local property tax. That local property tax was taken from people on the promise of local services. Well, 439 million of that property tax was put into Irish Water. 439 million out of 470 million. No wonder last week at a council meeting, when I looked for grass to be cut in Tipperary, in the estates in Tipperary, I was told we hadn't the money. The water metering programme has cost 540 million. How many pipes would that have fixed? 86 million was paid to consultants. Irish Water is to get a further 700 million in 2015 and 2016. Just imagine how many pipes and how many lead pipes that would take out of the ground. Ervia Chief Executive is on 334,000 a year. John Tierney, who we haven't heard a peep out of, that got a huge payoff from Dublin City Council. Our local man here from North Tipperary is on 248,000 a year. Senior management in Irish Water are getting 1.7 million a year. Now, that is not a crime that doesn't affect people, because it is a crime to set up a company and soak that amount of money out of people. In Tipperary here, we have seen, in fact all over the country, we have seen our local town councils closed down. The cheapest and most admirable part of local government was taken away. Council area offices have been closed down across the country. But most importantly, despite the media telling us weekly, the Minister for Public Announcements and Fantasies, Alan Kelly, is telling us weekly about all the money he's getting for this area. Our road funding has been slashed. We are seeing family homelessness never seen in this state before. It is absolutely at terrible levels. And of course, our council, our social welfare offices, and indeed our post offices in rural Tipperary have been closed. Our Garda stations are being closed in rural Ireland. Tipperary is under siege by real criminals, not Irish Water protesters, real criminals. The town of Littleton has seen every business in the area robbed 3 to 4 times since Christmas. There's a siege here. There's somewhere where maybe the Gardaí might look at. And I want to tell you all, the fact that this government are still dealing with Irish Water, the fact that Irish Water is still in the front pages of the papers, is thanks to you. You haven't gone away, you refuse to go away, and you refuse to pay for your water.
Never go away!
I'm just there. We have a man at the moment going around the country threatening to sue all and sundry, including a few comedy books, social media comedy shows. Dennis O'Brien, a man that doesn't even pay his taxes in this country. In fact, he's an economic refugee based in Malta who spends more of his time in the courts in this country. I want this government to actually have a look at how many times he's staying in this country, how many days, because he pays no taxes here.
Or what?
He is going around now threatening to sue everybody. Why is he threatening to sue everybody? Because he has been caught yet again with his hands in the till. And Dennis, you can sue me if you want. I want you all to keep the pressure up. It is our patriotic duty to smash Irish Water. The state merry-go-round that is being served by Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, let's not forget Renewa, Mr. Lowry, who the people of Tipperary will probably vote for in huge numbers yet again. Again, it's time to take on these people. We have to keep these traitors out of government, because that's what they are. They go in promising one thing, They do the opposite. They serve the elite. They're elite serving traders. And last but not least, our snake oil salesman, Mr. Alan Kelly. By the way, he's not an Ena man. We don't claim him and we don't want him. We have to smash Labour of all parties in the county where Labour was founded in Clonmel. Mr. Kelly has destroyed his own party. That's what he's willing to do to get a state mark.
Yes.
Keep up the fight. People power. Well done.
Well.